The USB-C iPhone is official. Okay, the Apple event just wrapped up. There's so much going through my mind right now. We got Apple Watch Series 9, Apple Watch Ultra 2, iPhone 15, and iPhone 15 Pro. And today I want to start with the iPhone 15 because this is probably the biggest surprise to me of the entire event. The iPhone 15 starts at $799 and the 15 Plus at $899, just like last year, but there are a ton of improvements, including a new color scheme. We've got pink on here and a subtle curved design that is way more comfortable in your hand. But the best part of all of this is USB-C. On the bottom of the iPhone 15, Apple has gotten rid of Lightning for the first time since 2012. There's an entirely new connector on the iPhone. It's USB-C, which means one cable for all of your products. This is an iPhone with USB-C, wow. And during this section of the keynote, Apple also announced a new pair of AirPods Pro. They have a USB-C case, and that is the only feature. So if you were expecting some big AirPods Pro upgrade, it's not here, but if you want AirPods Pro with USB-C, they can be yours for $249 because that is the price to get USB-C, and the only way to get USB-C on your new AirPods. This model also gains Dynamic Island for the first time, which Apple first debuted last year on the 14 Pro, and it looks really cool. It's one of my favorite features Apple's ever put on the iPhone, and while the screen is still 60 Hz refresh rate, it does get quite a bit brighter this year. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus now have a 2000 nits screen, so when you're outside in broad daylight, it is going to make looking at your phone way brighter than the year before, actually twice as bright. I think the new colors are actually going to be a hit. We've got blue, green, yellow, and the pink that I already mentioned. It's an entirely pastel lineup that people have been asking for a while, and Apple has delivered this year. But if I had to pick an area that I was most surprised, it's the camera system on here. Apple has introduced an all-new 48 megapixel sensor, which is an absolutely massive upgrade over the 12 megapixel sensor on last year's 14. And while you might just think of the sensor in terms of the pictures will look more crisp and clear, Apple's doing 2-to-1 pixel binning, so you're getting a 24 megapixel image, and what they showed in the keynote for what you can do with this new camera system, it actually blew my mind. Look at this photo. But the most exciting thing to me is that you now have a third telephoto lens on the standard iPhone 15. Now, you might be looking at this and saying, wait, there's only 2 physical lenses, but because of the new sensor, Apple can crop into 2 times at a great resolution still. So for the first time on the standard iPhone 15, you have 0.5 times zoom, 1x, as well as a new 2x, and this is incredible. The 2x is my favorite zoom on the iPhone. It is going to make photos from a little bit further away so much better. Apple also introduced some new satellite features on the iPhone 15, including a partnership with AAA in the United States for roadside assistance. This is included with every AAA member's plan, and you can connect to satellites if you get stranded on the side of the road without cell service. Last thing, base storage on the iPhone 15 for $800 is still 128 gigabytes. Now, before moving on with the rest of the video, I just want to thank Harry's for sponsoring this one, specifically this trial kit. It's just $5 and you get so many goodies inside. First of all, a super great razor. It's got a comfortable and grippy orange handle with a sharp blade that easily snaps on top. Then there's the foaming shave gel that's included as well. It makes the blade glide effortlessly over your skin, and the end result is a super clean shave that probably makes me feel more confident than I should. Finally, Harry's includes a small plastic case to put your razor in when you're finished, and this is a really small touch, but it's the details that count, and I appreciate this. But if you're really wondering what makes Harry special, it's the fact that they own their own warehouse in Germany where all of these blades are manufactured, and this factory has been manufacturing blades for 100 years. When you buy this trial set, you're getting the expertise of 100 years packed inside. And what this actually means is that you're getting factory direct prices. Nothing more, nothing less. There's no middleman to mark things up. You're ordering it from the factory and it shows up at your door. You deserve a taste of the magic. You can get this trial set for just $5 at harrys.com/AppleTrack. It's a $13 value that they've packed inside. It's yours for just $5. A huge thank you to Harry's for sponsoring this video. We love them. Look at this shave. Now let's go back to the video. But what I was most excited for and what absolutely stole the show at the event today was the new iPhone 15 Pro. Just look at the entirely new titanium design that Apple has unveiled. This is the first time we've ever seen this material used on the iPhone, and Apple touted quite a bit of improvements here, including how light this grade 5 titanium is, meaning it's the lightest Pro iPhone Apple has ever made, and you'll notice it immediately. But most exciting to me, it is going to be more durable than previous years. While the stainless steel steel looked good, it didn't hold up the best. If you dropped it, it would look pretty bad pretty quickly. And it sounds like titanium has solved those problems and should make your iPhone 15 Pro way more drop resistant. And on iPhone 15 Pro, you get the same new subtle curved edges that also lead down to USB-C. Of course, we're getting USB-C on the iPhone 15 Pro as well. And the USB-C on the Pro phones, it's a little bit different than the USB-C on the non-Pro phone. Apple is touting USB 3 speeds on the iPhone 15 Pro for the first time ever in iPhone history, meaning you get up to 10 gigabits a second per data transfer. So not Thunderbolt, but Apple, I believe, cites it as being 20 times faster than the iPhone transfer speed has been since the iPhone 5 in 2012. So either way you look at it, this is a big upgrade. The colors this year for the iPhone 15 Pros are the most serious they've ever been. We've got a new black titanium, white titanium, blue titanium, and natural titanium. Essentially, I hope you like the titanium. Maybe the most shocking part of the iPhone 15 Pro is the updated display though. The screens are ever so slightly larger on both the Pro and the Pro Max, and that is because the bezels have shrunk to an astonishing level. I don't even know how you make the edge of a screen this sharp with it being 120 Hertz ProMotion, always on display, up to 2000 nits of brightness as well. It's frankly impressive. And it looks hot as... insert whatever words you want to put there. I don't want to get demonetized. It just looks real good. Then there's the cameras, which by far are the most pro-focused ever. Just right off the bat, you can now record 4K 60 frames per second ProRes video directly onto an external hard drive using USB-C, which is like the definition of the most pro feature ever because these new cameras can do quite a lot. They've got 7 different lenses in your pocket, Apple claims, with different millimeters of range you can get on the 1X using a crop of the sensor that is larger. All of the lenses this year have gotten better, upgraded main camera, ultra wide, and telephoto. You've got the same 3X telephoto on the standard iPhone 15 Pro, but the big upgrade for the cameras, guys, we've been talking about it forever. It's a new 5X telephoto lens on the Pro Max. Apple's using an entirely new type of lens technology to make a 5X optical zoom range fit into your pocket. They have this insane comparison of what a lens would normally look like at this range, and Apple has compacted it down a lot. The photos and videos you're able to capture with this lens look absolutely ridiculous, but I will note that it seems like this is just 5X. This is not a 50 to 100 times space zoom that we've seen from other manufacturers. It really looks like Apple has taken their own direction here. They've even announced an entirely new gyroscope 3D system for stabilization on this lens in particular that is different and the best that we've ever seen on an iPhone. All of this is powered by the new A17 Pro chip. This is the first time we've ever seen Apple use this nomenclature on an iPhone chip, guys, and it is quite a big difference, which is why Apple called it this. It's Apple's first chip based on 3 nanometer technology, which means it's severely more efficient and powerful than previous years. Apple says CPU speeds up to 10% faster, but a completely revamped GPU. I didn't have on my bingo cards Apple to spend such a long time talking about mobile gaming in the keynote, but this was a major focus for the iPhone 15 Pro in a way that I would not have ever bet in a billion years. And that's because the iPhone 15 Pro supports hardware ray tracing, and Apple's shown us just how big of a deal this is. The differences that you can see in real time and how efficient and effective it is. There's a ton of new games coming to the iPhone 15 Pro specifically that take advantage of this, like Resident Evils and others. And again, I'm impressed. Just, I don't really know how to react because when Apple's spending like 10 minutes talking about mobile gaming, it's not something that I care about. And I know I'm not going to use it, but technically it is incredibly cool. Inside the iPhone 15 Pros as well as the 15, I forgot to mention there is a new U2 chip. This includes further away finding for AirTags and even your friends. You can now use your iPhone to find people near you in a crowded area using this technology. And of course, you've got the new satellite features on the iPhone 15 Pro, but at the end, I have to save the bad news, which is that while the iPhone 15 Pro still starts at $999, the Pro Max has gone up $100 year over year to $1,199 USD, which is the most expensive starting price for a Pro Max sized iPhone in history. You'll notice there's no Ultra, that is not happening until next year, but Pro Max $1,199, but you do get 256 gigabytes of storage. I really like the iPhone upgrades. Now onto the Apple Watch. This was the second part of the event, and starting off with Series 9, this surprised me in ways I was not expecting this year. The design overall is the exact same for the Series 9 with no major changes whatsoever whatsoever, but there is a new pink color. Apple made a huge deal out of this. They've been plastering it everywhere, so your pink Apple Watch can now match your new pink iPhone 15. The main new upgrade is what we were expecting, a faster chip. The S9 is going to be inside. It is significantly faster. They say it's going to make the animations look even better with new watchOS 10. But because this chip has a 2x faster neural engine, Siri requests now run on device, which sounds incredibly small, but it means that there will be no lag anymore of sending it up to the cloud and then back to your watch to start a workout or set a timer. All of it's native on the watch now, which is going to make using the watch just feel so much tangibly faster. Still the same battery life though. And I should mention, we didn't say that for the iPhones. Apple didn't really talk about the battery life. I'll have a more in-depth comparison coming out later. Something's up with the battery's interesting on all the products this year. They just keep saying all day. But the main new feature for the Apple Watch Series 9 this year is a new double tap gesture where you take your thumb and your index finger, you pinch twice together. If you have something in your other hand, it's going to allow you to answer phone calls, start or stop timers, even scroll through the new widgets in watchOS 10. This is amazing because it means you no longer have to use your nose to answer a phone call. Don't act like you've never done that before. Okay, we've all had our hands full and then mom calls and you got to like nose your watch and it's weird and cringe. And I'm just happy I can now do this and my phone will actually answer on my watch. The screen on the Series 9 gets brighter this year as well. It goes up to 2000 nits, which will make it a lot better for looking at it in bright sunlight. This is the same update that Apple added to the iPhone 15 series. You're getting the new U2 chip in the watch here, just like you're getting on the iPhones, but the other big focus of the Apple Watch was for environmental sustainability. Apple talked a ton in this event, how this product is a carbon neutral device. A ton of the parts are recycled. The new bands that they've introduced, which are the other big story of this big part of the story, which are made of a new fine woven material. It's more environmentally friendly and sustainable with nice materials that feel premium but aren't bad for the world. But that's about it. Pricing starts at $399 and then the larger 45mm, $500 per usual. Then there's Ultra 2, which is a really small update, even smaller than the Series 9. You're getting all of the baseline upgrades like the new U2 chip, the new S9 system and package for on-device Siri, and faster responsiveness and longevity overall. But Apple's made no updates to the battery there, and the design on the Ultra 2 is 100% identical. There's not even a new color. There's only one color available for the Apple Watch Ultra 2, and it's that natural titanium that first debuted last year. That means the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is getting the new double tap gesture, so you can take full advantage of that on here, and the screen does get even brighter. The Apple Watch Ultra screen can now peak at 3000 nits of brightness, which will be a big upgrade for a watch that is engineered and designed to be pushed to its limits outside. Apple wanted to make it look new though, and that's why there are new bands made out of fine woven materials and fresh colors for the classic bands for the Apple Watch Ultra, the Trail Loop, the Ocean Band, as well as the Hiking Mountain Loop. Those got some fresh color options. This still starts at $799, exact same as it did last year, but I will say I was hoping for more for the Ultra 2, really just a spec bump with some other improvements. I thought there would be more for the Ultra 2. It's just like everything from the Series 9, but on the Ultra 2. And that's the event, guys. Subscribe for more videos on the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro and all of Apple's new products. Coverage begins incredibly soon. I want to thank you guys for watching. I've been Sam. I gotta go make the next video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.